I didn't go anywhere and say we're live yet because I was busy misspelling my own name on my channel, trying to find my numbers. I also I'm at the beginning of a flare up, which means that I'm in like the migraine drunk mind state, and so I was sitting here. And as the countdown's going, I'm like, did I start the live? And I almost hit end broadcast. We almost had a minute-long live.
One and done.
It's like, yeah, well, we're done. Thanks for showing up. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
All right, let's just do our outros real quick, and we'll be on our way.
Didn't even do our intro.
No, just an outro.
Oh, no,
Just a traduction. Intro, outro, all those in one.
No, I don't want a little sync. I want a link. There we go. I'm posting that we're live places.
So my dog's name is Roy.
Yes.
And he likes to talk. And he finally just now gave up the squeaky toy. So we'll see how long this lasts.
That's fair.
We were supposed to go on a long walk so that he would be tired for this. But no, it's raining.
Oh, no.
It's raining here, too, and it is just such a good rain. Like, it's just steady and peaceful. Which is nice, because it was supposed to storm, and it didn't.
Well, it's storming here.
I had storms your way.
I had been doing so well posting more than just on Mondays, and then the last 2 weeks, there's like a thumbnail, my face saying that the topic of Monday's stream was changing, my bootleg thumbnail, and then today's thumbnail. I'm sorry, Instagram. That's all you're seeing.
I have to put so much mental effort into remembering that Instagram exists, which is not good. I need to just hire someone to follow around and just smack me in the side of the head every day and be like, hey, you have an Instagram.
Hi, Jess. There's proof that there's life out there.
Yay.
We aren't streaming into the void?
Yeah, look, I was about to be like, did I leave it unlisted? It's fairly certain I put it as
the poll has 7 votes.
That's fair. It's just Jess going around on
different accounts. She has like 8 monitors just.
Hello. Yes, can't wait to get work done today too. Although I did most of it pre-stream. 20 page. Y'all didn't want to listen to me bitch about commas for 20. Look, I had like 2 or 3 pages that had like no notes except comma, like deleted comma, added comma, deleted comma, added space. I'm like, damn you, commas and ellipses. Jesse will smack you.
To where I'm at mentally, I immediately forgot what that was talking about. I'm like, you're gonna chew with your mouth open? Don't do that.
No.
Don't.
You don't want him to die.
And I'm like, oh right, I just finished saying I need to hire someone to smack me.
I need someone to remind me to post dubba things on IG. I try.
Let's just agree to message each other every day, just in all caps. Instagram.
Carp.
I'll just start a channel in my server for it.
Those Instagram reminders.
Yes, we'll have. I'm sure I can find a bot to remind us. Carp, crap. Do you know? You know what? Carp, magic.
And what sucks is like I'm just not a person that takes pictures naturally. Like if I'm doing something, I don't take a picture of it.
I do. They're just not always in like a way that would work on Instagram or something that I would want to put on Instagram.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm in the minority of, because I feel like most people, when I'm around them, they're like taking pictures. And I always have to be like, oh, can you send me that? Because I don't remember that my phone has a camera.
It depends on the day. Like today, I took a picture of a ramen cup with an egg on it to show my husband what I had for dinner. And I'm like, I don't want to post that. That's just random ramen cup with an egg.
Most of the pictures in my phone at this point are just pictures of palettes at work. So I can't post those.
What even is this? Why is it here? Oh, I must have been cleaning my screen and it took a screenshot of an ad. Like, what is this? That happens so often.
Let's see. Mine are vlog clips on my phone.
Yeah, I would take screenshots of those to post on Insta.
Pictures of drugs at the supermarket. It's like, Mom, is this what I need? Text it to her.
Most of the pictures from my convention were just me sending pictures of like box sets to my boss so that either A, he could take them off of his eBay, or B, because I could not find them on our barcode website. And I'm like, boss, how much is this? And then one time he just sent me back like the barcode numbers, and he was like, this, and I'm like, sir, it's not on the website. I checked. How dare you? It's not my fault that within an 8-hour workday, the 3 that I can't find on the website are within 20 minutes of each other. That's just, I can't help that. I just need to wipe it clean and start over. I mean, that's fair. Oh, because your personal one's a hot mess. I only have one. Hello, it's been a while. Welcome back. I'm mostly the same way. I hate taking
pictures.
Yeah, of things that aren't my dogs.
Khaki
I
butt.
mean, but you'd get like a lot of hits if your Instagram was 90% your dogs. just the golden retriever photos and then occasionally a book quote. People be like, what the fuck is this? Oh, right, he's writing a thing.
They're going to be like, oh my god, these golden retrievers are so talented.
Man, is Buddy okay? This is a really, really sad quote that you just shared.
My dog Roy has his own Instagram, but it's
I
mostly...
love when pets have Instagrams.
It's like him walking with sticks. So...
That's fair. True, I should make one of those. Puppy, 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 book, puppy. Yes. My pictures are my dog, me, in historical costumes and field trips from work. I mean, that works. Mine, you'll be able to tell just by browsing my Instagram when I had bad flares up, because there'll just be like this wall of blue and occasionally a black. That's just my thumbnails. And then, oh look, some pictures of me. And then back to just thumbnails. It's like, yes, Sam must have been feeling great in March. Oh, February, though. Oh. Laura, your shirt is liked.
Thank you.
Also, send me your thumbnail. I messaged you, but you ignored me. Yes, you.
Oh, I made it.
I know.
I posted it.
But where?
In the Discord?
No. You posted links, but no thumbnail.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I figured I would wait until I get the final image from somebody that I'm still waiting on.
No, hold on. Oh, see, like my Discord was halved, so I didn't see that you're missing a person. Okay, I'll allow it then. You're safe. Yeah, I literally only saw half the thumbnail, and I'm like, yes, thumbnail. Roy knows we're talking about him. Hi, people. I'm at the beach right now, so the internet isn't the best. Girl, you're at the beach and you're here. It's fine that your internet is spotty. Don't get salt water on whatever device you're using.
Sam, if I'm ever at the beach on a Monday, can I guest host that stream?
Yes.
And I'm just actively on the beach sipping something out of a coconut, and I'm not doing anything during the sprints.
So
I'm just getting
sunglasses on.
We get Jesse to screen record it so I can make a new Matt timer.
I have like the stereotypical like bit of sunblock on my nose for some reason.
Yes.
Because only your nose needs to
Only your nose needs sunscreen, yeah. And it doesn't need to be rubbed in. It's just a dollop on top.
Oh,
it's
I'm not
the zinc sunscreen, so it's super intense.
Yeah.
It's just right beside the rental house. Oh, okay, that's fair. Instead of Max snacking, it's Max sipping.
We do need a
Yes,
Matt sipping
we
timer.
see all the Matt and I was gonna say beverages, but food's not beverage. I'll figure out a word for both of it.
All that Matt ingestion?
I thought that, but I was like, no, we're not gonna do that because I've been on the internet too long. I'm mending clothes and packing for a trip to South Carolina. Oh yeah.
Nice.
We actually because I don't know that the children have ever been on like a family vacation, and Chris and I take a couple's vacation where it's 3 days long, 2 nights, 3 days every summer. My mom keeps the kids, but then like when he goes for his guys' day or I go for a convention, we stay at hotels. And the kids were like, Mom, why don't we ever get to stay at a hotel? And so Chris and I were talking about it, and it's like, you know what? If we wait until we can do a big family vacation, we're like never going to because we're poor. So we're just so one night this summer, we're just taking the kids up to Nashville, just getting a hotel by the zoo since we got a year membership to the zoo. So we're
Nice.
just going to do that, and they can get like the hotel experience,
Woohoo.
and that's just their thing.
Sounds fun.
But now we're like, should we get them luggages? Should we make them use a backpack? Like, what do?
I remember as a kid, anytime we were staying in a hotel, no matter the reason, it was always really exciting.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was telling them about, because like my family used to do long ass road trips to go visit other family. The only thing I remember about visiting family, though, it was staying in the hotels because they were so
Yep,
cool.
because it's
So I'm
cool
like,
to stay in a hotel.
right? So I'm like, let's just do it, just for one night. My sister will babysit the dogs, so we'll be fine. I don't know that the cats need babysitting, but the dogs definitely do. They're high ass separation anxiety.
The cats just might need some food.
Yeah, just fill them up in the morning.
Yeah.
Then when we come back home, they bitch at us. Speaking of, nope, he went that way. He's been bitching at me ever since I got home from the convention at 1 a.m. He'll just come over and be like, Mother, you're not asleep. Mother, why are you not asleep? Do you not understand you're going to die if you stay awake? And I'm like, Sir, we will be fine. And he's like, No, Mother.
No, you must rest. What is it with cats and just being like, you need to rest? And it's like, I know I do, but like, I can't right now.
So I actually know the answer. The answer is that
Ooh.
cats have a very strict internal clock, which is why one of the like, if you need to take daily medicine, you give your cat a treat at the time that you're supposed to take medicine, and your cat will harass the fuck out of you at that exact time of day. It's also why like daylight savings time,
Yeah.
cats loathe it. And cat owners loathe it because then the cat's schedule are off by an hour and it takes forever to get them on the new schedule. Or you just change when you give them their food and just say fuck the clock, go with the cat's clock. But so at night, if you have like a normal-ish bedtime or just a range for when you go to bed, your cat perceives that it's safer to sleep as a pack. So that's why they bitch at you to sleep, so that they can sleep, so that you can rest together safely.
I think I might have just trained my cat to expect cuddle time when I get home from work.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I get home from work, if I don't go straight to my bed, she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yes,
Go up there."
They're so strict with their schedule. They're like, nah, you cannot. You can't just do things randomly. That's not okay with them.
So I've been staying up late working on a personal lighting project for my demo reel. And so I need to stay up so I can hit render and let it render all night. So I have to like stay up until I can hit render and let it go for 12 hours. And so Roy's been going to bed without me.
Aww.
It's like
Your dog said, I don't care. They can, if the monsters come, I'll come back.
Leaves me and goes to my bed. Like, oh, okay. I guess it is 2 a.m.
My dogs will like they'll like look at me expectantly, and then when I'm like, what? They just, nah, it's not worth it. And then they go to They go to bed by themselves. I'm trying to find my intro so we can do our intros. Okay, I found mine. All right, Laura, you're on the hot seat. You get to go first.
Okay. My dog is crying, so I'm sorry. But my name is Laura Nettles. My channel is called Laura Nettles. I write mostly horror with some sci-fi. You are not getting my popcorn, dude. And yeah, I have a podcast called Twisted Tendrils Horrific Writing Advice. And that is on wherever you want your podcasts. It's on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Stitcher, everywhere. But yeah, that's me. Horror and sci-fi and dark fantasy, I guess.
And I'm Matt Hollon. I'm a dark fantasy writer working on my debut dark fantasy adventure novel. I also have a dark fantasy pirate short story available in Sasha Black's The Rebel Diaries anthology. There's a link down there below, and you can also just find it on Amazon and wherever else you may buy books. It features 13 short stories by 13 different authors with a sprinkling of villainy scattered throughout. And if you want to keep up to date with me, you can follow me on Instagram, where I post sometimes. And if you want to hear the thoughts just tinkling away up there, follow me on Twitter. And you can find me here regularly.
I was typing a thing, so I momentarily tuned out until you said you can find a tinkling of. I'm like, I can find a what now? And hi, I'm Writing Mom Samantha Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. I host live streams very much like this on Mondays, where we are productive and chat and just have a good old time. Or we talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Like this month, chat had voted on watching But I'm a Cheerleader, which I believe we are doing next week. Shush me while I double check the schedule. Yes, But I'm a Cheerleader, the 1999 movie, we will be talking about next week. And at the end of the month, we will be doing our quarterly party where Matt and CB continue their fiery rivalry. When I post content, which hopefully I will do again at some point in the year 2022, maybe, that I will upload them on Thursdays. I've been doing the research. I've been getting that content ready for you. In the meantime, you can read a sample of my writing, my spooky flash fiction, Until Pizza Do Us Part, on my website, where to keep up to date with all things Sam and to get a sneak peek at All That Glitters, you can sign up to my newsletter. I just finished the copy edit, which means all I have to do is get some people to proofread it for me, and then Fox will have it to put on the website. So June newsletter will definitely have All That Glitters in it. So go sign up if you want to read that early.
Gotta sign up.
If you would like to support the channel, please like the stream, subscribe, ring-a-ding that bell so that you're always notified when I'm doing things. And if you like what I do here, you can tip at my Ko-fi down below.
Give Sam money.
And yes, that's everything. My guest, me, all our stuff is linked down below. Oh, Worldwide Writeathon. The June Worldwide. Yes, the June Worldwide Writeathon will be June 18th and 19th. We have our host. We've got our co-host. Now they just got to give me all their shiz if they haven't given me their shiz. So yeah, very excited about that because like most of the hard work is behind us. Now I just got to yell at people weekly. It's fine. Yes, a new podcast to enjoy. Roy is so popcorn deprived. That's the real horror here.
Like,
woo, we're glad you're ready to journal. We will start the thing in like 2 minutes, maybe. Hi. Also, like, for those who didn't know, I'm at the beginning of a flare-up. Therefore, this is sometimes referred to as migraine drunk, so I'm very out of it. Merlin gets mad anytime I take a shower at night instead of in the morning. She's used to hopping in the shower with me and drinking the water from the floor. Cats are weird. They're very strict, man. They're like so strict with what they do. I do. I enjoy yelling at the peoples, but I enjoy when the peoples just do things before I can yell at them even more. It's like, was it last week? There was a point when I went in the host lounge and I was like, host, I'm going to be double checking with you about if like your spots are good for open recruiting. And Heather was like, Sam, I'm good. Those spots are open for recruiting. And I was like, Heather, you already answered my question. So touched. So yes. Gotta give her your shiz, y'all. You do. Well, welcome. We accept all people late early on the replay. Migraine drunk noted. These are not my terms for it. You can look it up. There's also something called the migraine hangover, the migraine high. Yes, there. Ooh, we got the monitor sheet. Sorry, just sent me a thing for the dubba because now the monitors and I have to figure out our schedules to see who's going to be helping out which streams. Matt, what was I doing?
I think we're
For the
gonna
stream.
start a timer here soon.
Yes, end poll. That's what I needed. Thank you. It like got buried amongst all my other windows. I'm like, what was I doing? So 20 minutes, 1:58. I of course closed the window that I needed with my timer.
Oh no.
Oh, what will everybody be working on tonight?
Yes.
While
I
I
will
find my
be
timer.
editing my short extended flash piece, I guess, called Last Photograph. It is a horror with a seance gone terribly, terribly wrong, and the main character is the photographer that is there. So, fun times.
Ooh, that's a fun
Fun.
perspective. I also misheard you at first, and I thought you said with a Sam's gone wrong, and I'm like, what did I do this time?
Seance.
The
In the
Sam's thing's gone wrong.
1910s.
If it has the syllable "sa" in it, my mind will fill it in with "ma." Does not matter what the others. So I am going to go beg friends to be proofers, and then do some critique reviewing for Fox's draft of things. Who wants to count us down?
I can do that. 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're back reluctantly because I was like, yes, I'll finish this page if I just do this one this one more correction. Then I looked at it and I'm like, I have to think about that. So how did y'all do? I'm going to go first this time because I just want to share with everyone that I asked a small group of friends to do proofs for me, specifically because I apparently, though I am US born and raised, have a habit of using the UK spelling for a couple things. To which one of my friends was like, well, I don't know how to spell at all. And my other one goes, oh, I too, American born and raised, use the UK spelling for things. And I'm like, how are y'all going to help me proof? But it's okay, because I also just kind of want to throw the story at some people so they can read the new scenes. So.
I'm just saying, gray with an E looks way better than gray with an A. Gray with an A looks dumb.
Wait, gray with an A is the English?
Yeah, right?
That's the American.
Yeah, and with an E is like the British version.
E is for England, A is for America.
Yeah, well
not in this
England
case.
got it right. It should be an E, always. America, you're wrong. And A is stupid. What a bad vowel to use.
I do approve of us removing the U from most of words.
I do like that. The U's are
Except
stupid.
apparently catalog. It should be catalogue in my brain. See, and here's the thing. Yes, I did just have an editor copy edit it. However, my editor is Australian. So she probably didn't think about the fact that her American client wasn't using the American spelling of things. So it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, like,
you know, I've also accepted that if the UK spelling of anything sneaks in, people can just keep guessing. It's fine.
Like, you know what? I know the two grays. I know A is American. I know E is England. I don't care. I don't care that I'm in America. The E is better. I deal with it. If I have a copy editor, tell me to change my E's to A's in the letter, or gray's not a letter. It's a word. In the word gray, I'm gonna just be like, no. You know what? They can deal.
Matt's gonna fire their
my copy editor over the word gray. I use the word gray in my writing, and it's an E, and it's gonna stay an E because that looks way better on the page.
To be fair, they're just edit notes. Like you have to be the one to go in and make the changes.
I'll fire them.
You don't have to.
Nope, they're still
like
gone.
Don't even bring it up. You bring it up, and we're not working together ever again.
They're like, hey, so I had a question about the contract. You said the word gray, and I'm like, don't bring it up.
They're like, okay, but I really think you should know. In this one instance, you're like, no, but in that instance, you typoed it GREA, and they're like, but Matt, I know it's in the contract, but
if a sentence has the word gray in it, you're not allowed to edit it for me.
The whole sentence.
The whole sentence. It's right.
Oh no. Either work on videos, beta editing pirate stories. Yeah. Pirates. You know who wrote a nice pirate story? Matt did. It's in the White Harvest. No, it is the White Harvester. It's in the Rebel Diaries.
If you like sapphic pirates, go read it.
Yes. Learning InDesign or work on a vampire companion short story. Nice. I was revising all day one project, but I'm drafting a different thing now because drafting is far more entertaining. I mean, that's fair. Well, actually, it depends on what I'm revising. I'm drafting a middle grade ghost story. Yes. Cookie King has arrived. Welcome. I did some video edits and I'm going to do beta edits next. Yes. Gray is American. Gree is England.
Gree.
Thank you, Matt. You are very... The Americans rebel again.
If you like my opinions, feel free to join me on Team Matt on the quarterly party this coming June, the last Monday in June. 27th, where I continue to be right about all things that CB disagree with.
And I also use the UK spelling for everything when I'm American. No, okay, so that's actually... Okay, so theater versus theater is actually different. Theater with a TRE is for plays and live performances. Theater ER is the cinema or video. They actually
Oh.
have a functional difference.
I did not know that. I thought it was another like English American thing.
I mean, maybe because the British talk about the theater more, but they got that whole culture surrounding it. I mean, so do we. But I'm trying the Shakespearean actors. There's a whole the Globe Theater.
Yeah, that guy.
They got that and everything. So and we've got Hollywood. So like, it could be that thing. Blonde versus blonde, which I used to think was because
thing.
It is in French, but apparently that's not why we do it.
Oh.
It's because that's actually
I always use it with the E regardless, because I think blonde without the E doesn't look right.
I am very terrible because I'm situational. It depends on my sentence and whether or not I think the E looks better in the sentence.
I think without the E, the word looks too much like a rock. It just goes blonde. Like, I don't like that. I needs that silent E.
But like, what if I like that harshness in the moment, Matt?
I mean, fair. No, I mean, I think spelling should be stylistic. It's not a typo, it's my style.
Theater sounds so much better. Like I said, it's theater and theater. I packed, almost done, unloaded. No, come back. Unloaded laundry, made a coffee, making myself stay up late to prep my body for
nighttime coffee just hits different. It's so good.
It all hits the same for me, regardless of time of the day. I much prefer Gree, is how I will say it, to differentiate. And I follow the rule of just stick to one spelling. Yeah, that's one of the things that I saw, is that really as long as you're spelling it consistently, it doesn't make that big a difference which one you're using. And most people won't actually notice.
Yeah,
except
people
the
think
U.
I'm British, that's fine.
That's the only thing people notice, and it's because it's adding a letter. So I asked Jesse, I'm like, Jesse, how are you at proofreading? Because I need people who know the difference between American and UK spellings. He's like, I know American ones. And I was like, yeah. And I used the catalog specifically, and he's like, I'm very much doubting myself if Catalouge isn't the American version. Oh no. Specifically, Pro Writing Aid was like, you're set that you exist within America, and this is the not America way of spelling catalog. And I was like, what? And I went to Google, and I was like, what?
Have we all been British this whole time?
I mean, see, I'm in Canada, and so Microsoft Word, it seems to have both spellings in the dictionary. And so I'm just like, I have no clue what's going on.
Mine, depending on the word, will be like, neither of these are right. And I'm like, what is the right one?
Mine just kind of goes like, hey man, are you British? And I go, no. And it goes, okay, are you sure?
Fox says gray is a name and Gree is a color, and he uses the U in color. So he's like, add U's to everything, you heathen. Matt wins Best Person Award of the night. Yeah, he's Canadian. They use
so they do the OU.
Yeah, Matt wins Best Person Award of the night. I approve of his stance on Gree. Oh, Cody's just wrong. It's almost like American English is wrong and the rest of the world is right. American English, like many things in America, cut letters to save on money.
Yeah.
Because of printing cost. I think Gree is name, gray is color. No, it's the other way around. According to my Crayola. Doing schoolwork, need to catch up before the exam in 3 weeks from now. Okay, look, I'm so semi-gaslit by this conversation. I wasn't sure if exam was typoed or if that's a UK spelling. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's a typo. But I don't know anymore.
I just love that sentence. I'm so semi-gaslit by this conversation.
Well, it's because it's not a full gaslighting. It's a little bit. It's a little bit. Every time I read Gree in your manuscript, Matt, I'm going to comment gray.
Jesse, every time I read your manuscript, I'm going to delete it if you do that.
Just the whole thing? Or just the word?
He goes, haha, great. And I go, haha, gone.
This chapter's gone. I used the British spelling to studying abroad in London. Did not help. Oh, that would make it worse. I use gree to I just think it looks. See, it's some of just better. I would be honored seeing as how you spelled gree correctly.
Join the team.
Blonde and blonde have functional differences too. What are they, BC? Educate me.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I knew
the like
it.
gendered thing with blonde. Didn't know that had functional stuff.
Yes. I was pretty sure they did, but I couldn't remember what it was, so I wasn't even going to attempt it. But BC knows it, so hopefully BC will enlighten us. I can never remember what the difference is supposed to be. Well, hopefully we'll be enlightened. Thank you, Matt. Blonde is better with an E.
It is.
Thank you for having common sense. Blonde, female/feminine, but blonde is supposed to be... Yeah, it is in French, but apparently that's not why we do it in America. That's why you send a style sheet with your manuscript. Well, look, my style sheet was whatever my editor told me was right. There are 14 rules for commas, Jessica. Did you know that? Because I learned that today. I thought there were like 5. No, there's at least 14. The only American spelling I prefer is honor versus anil and color versus color. Yeah, that's taking out the U's.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the U's because when the U's are there, I just read it in a French accent, and that's never the intention.
As you just heard.
Yeah, I do the
There's
same
a
thing.
different way to
Like,
spell catalouche. So
reading-
yeah, you just take off the UE. It's just catalog.
Ew.
A catalouche.
Why?
Cataloogie.
Matt's gonna be proofreading all that glitters now, and instead of just doing a proofread every time the word catalog is in there, he's gonna highlight it and be like, "No, it's ugly," and I'll be like, "Too bad, Matt. I actually prefer it this way, even if it's ugly."
Without the U.
I don't disagree, but my dyslexia says that without the UE, it's log, a hard G, and with the UE, it should be juge.
That's
So
fair.
my dyslexia says that is more correct, even though it's uglier. It's correct.
What my brain wants to do is it wants to, if in the catalog spelling, it wants to change the A to an O and then put an apostrophe and make it like an Irish, like catalog.
Catalog. Having a best friend who grew up to be a Shakespearean actress didn't help my spelling. I hate being so easily influenced. I'm sorry, Cody, I had to do it. While the difference started as gendered, blonde is now often associated with people in general, but inanimate objects use blonde, i.e. blonde.
That makes sense to me. Because, yeah, the lack of E doesn't... the lack of E makes the word feel like a brick. And so if you are describing
four
something
bricks.
close to a brick, or even a brick, it makes sense to not have the E.
Well, now I
What
gotta...
if it's a wig?
Is the wig on a person, or is it on a mannequin?
If the wig is synthetic without an E, if the wig is from real hair with an E. Don't actually follow that advice. Catalog. Yes. Next Monday is my birthday, but I won't be with y'all because I'll be on my chair. Well, have fun.
Happy early
We're
birthday.
talking about, but I'm a cheerleader next week. All I can say in my defense of catalouche is that my mom ordered imported sewing pattern magazines. Look, I just want to know why all of us, except Laura, because she's Canadian, so that one makes sense, thought it was catalouche.
Like,
When the American spelling is catalog. Like,
why
did
not
none
just
of us
throw
know that?
vowels away? They're valuable. You buy them.
No,
just
that's
toss them
why
out.
they got rid of them. Because, like, they used to charge you by the letter.
Hmm.
So newsletters and magazines and stuff, to save money, started cutting unnecessary vowels. They were like, this letter's silent, fuck it. So
Oh, it's silent. It's about to be silent for good.
we're about to silence the silent letter. However, marketing shows that inanimate objects that use blonde still sell better than
Maybe because blonde without an E looks ugly and stupid.
Could you imagine the copy editor being all like, so I found some typos in the catalouche, and they're like, no, leave them. Trust us.
Just
But
move
but there's
on.
do we really want a typo in our professional marketing? It's fine.
You're
It's
saving
stylish.
8 cents. Just move on.
No, we're spending an additional 8 cents for that E, but we'll sell more, so it's fine. The cost balances. The blonde colored wig made from a blonde person.
Exactly.
He's wearing a blonde wig. He is a blonde, even if it's clearly a wig, would be how I would. I think BC is the most correct.
I agree, but I don't
I'll be
like
honest. Yesterday, if someone said catalog, I'd say that was wrong again.
it. Yeah, like
Y'all are making me really worried. Should I go back and change it to catalouche? I'm like, people gonna go to my website. Oh, this bitch typoed. She typoed twice. Then I'm gonna be like, no, that's how it's supposed to be spelled. I'm sorry. It just is. Google
you'll
it.
just have to put a disclaimer that Tennessee's in America.
But we cut knife. Yeah, I know, knife. Also,
Well, the case just fun there.
and yes, my break timer's on in case anybody was gonna yell at me. I have to check my DMs. Please never say "gree" again, Fox, but "gree."
Agree.
Matt's no longer the best person in the world for hating yous. By Matt back to TUCP. There is no loyalty here.
You think CB
Also-
likes vowels? She shortened it to 2 consonants.
He'll message her. Don't forget the last time he messaged her and she answered him before me. This so rude. Also, so I'm dyslexic and my child is dyslexic as well. And I was trying to figure out how to convey how dyslexics have to deal with spelling matters, because I personally think excuse me, I think regardless of whether or not you are dyslexic, that learning people to spell by sounding it out is possibly the worst advice in existence. And not just because different languages use different phonetics, right? Let me start this, hold on. Poll, second sprint. 20 minutes, 25. I'm sorry, everybody. I have paused the time. Okay. So, and it's not just because of that, all right? So, tell me how, if you don't already know how to spell the words, tell me which, or whichever, which, and what's the other one? Sandwich. Which ones have the silent H's and which one has the silent T?
Whichever one autocorrect says.
I'm sorry, can you give me the words again?
Whichever, a magic witch, and sandwich. Which one has the silent H, which one has the silent T, which one has neither?
The magical witch has the T.
Yeah. Sandwich
And the H.
and sandwich has neither.
But now tell me how you know that sounding it out.
Yeah, sounding it out, you have no idea, and that's why sounding it out doesn't work.
I have so far with these 3 words gaslit so many people going like, wait a second, there's not an H in sandwich.
There's not an A.
But is there?
Yeah, like
Because somebody I was talking to, they're like, which doesn't have a silent T? And I was like, yes, it does. You don't pronounce it which. You pronounce it which.
which
Which. No, it's just which. The T is silent. So, yeah. And I'm like, now imagine that. But with every word in existence, just all the time. That's a dyslexic's head. Well, at least that's my head. I'm like, no one asked me to fucking sound shit out. This doesn't even work for neurotypicals. And whichever. No, it's just, the W is the fucking same in all 3 words. So
spelling is just evil, really.
it is. That's why we use Google. Like my poor dyslexic son, he's like, I'm bad at spelling. I'm like, so's mommy. I have to Google it. And he's like, do you? And I'm like, yes, I do.
Sometimes I can't even Google it. I have to do the voice
Yeah.
and say it.
No, I get that. I always love when my autocorrect's just like, look, man, we can't help you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm doing my best.
Google has never not been able to help me. My spell check constantly cannot help me, but Google's always like, it's okay, I speak dyslexic.
Pregnant.
Why are
Forget
Siobhan, Nim, and I? Well, that's because of Celtic ancestry. So, then that makes sense in Celtic phonetics. I don't know Celtic phonetics. I just know the name Siobhan. So, but yeah, that's a cultural thing. Why didn't moose become moose?
Ew.
Moss.
Must.
No, see, because it's moose or moss. Because muss sounds like muss due to the lack of e telling us to make the oo. Says it's yes. English is such a mishmash of other languages, and there's no real set pattern for. Yes, this is the other issue with specifically English, but I maintain that no language can be spelled just sounding it out. I still can't spell special. It took me 6 times. Oh my god, the amount of times I'm like typing something in Discord and it just says that I've been typing for like 15 minutes. I'm sure people expect this text wall, but it's just 2 lines because I was struggling with 1 word.
Yep. No, for special, I have to say in my head, special.
So do I say special.
Special.
Like dial. Special.
I have to say
It took
special.
me to my senior year of high school to finally figure out how to spell the word shoe. I hate that word.
Shoe?
Yes. Where's the
Wait.
U?
On my opinion on what exactly? For
I think she means of the best ways to teach spelling.
Oh, just okay. So our school system just started doing sight words. They're literally just like, this is the word, this is how it's spelt, and that's it. You just memorize how the word is spelt, and I'm like, that's so much better. Like that's so much easier, especially since there are forms of dyslexia that actually have a disconnect between like people can't break the sounds up of a word. So like you know how we could break up dyslexia. There are some dyslexics that cannot do that. So it's like, and I'm sure there's other learning disorders that can't do other things, but I don't know them, so I can't speak to them.
Like,
supposedly, there are many different ways to pronounce Mary, and Murray. That's how I would do it.
The extra
growing
R,
up-
you go up an octave.
Mary.
I can read a word. I can't spell what I just read. Like, I had to get tutors for spelling all through elementary school. Like it still doesn't stick.
One
My
thing
children-
that
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. One thing about spelling that will always drive me absolutely up a wall is that I have an English degree, and anytime I ever spell a word wrong, someone goes, "Oh, but don't you have an English degree?" To anyone that doesn't know,
I don't got a spelling
at
degree.
college level English has 0 spelling tests. They stopped doing that. Remember high school English and how you didn't have a single spelling test? College English is the same way. They kind of just stopped doing it. So I still don't know how to spell things just because I have an English degree.
My
That is-
children.
I will step off the soapbox. But
My
So
children
I got-
drives me
figured it out.
crazy.
They ask me how to spell something, and I'm like, hold on, and then I type it out. Then they just take my phone.
Like I got a bachelor's in fine arts for animation, and I had to take anatomy for artists classes, and they said spelling counted on the stupid anatomy tests. Oh my
But why?
gosh!
For an anatomy test, I could kind of see it because Latin words are like super close together. So, like, maybe if you get one letter off. Oh, that reminds me of a fun critique that I got earlier, right? So, I read the notes before I read the context that they're from. I probably shouldn't do it that way, but that's just because it's easier to follow the line back to where it goes. And it was like deleted poke replaced with aid. And I was sitting there going, under what circumstance would you replace poke with aid? Spoke with said.
Oh,
She just didn't delete the S. So I was like, but that's fun. How, just one letter different completely changes shit. I have a note in my work notes how to spell unfortunately and oh my fucking inconvenience to this
Inconvenience is a
day.
rough one.
No, I cannot. I will I'll try so hard to figure out another way to say it, just so I don't have to figure out how to spell it.
The word that gets me so bad, and I hate it because at my new job it's a word I have to type out a lot, is calendar. You can't tell me why some of them are A's and some are E's. They should all be A's or all be E's. Or I guess not all be E's. The first one should be an A because cal. But it should
Cal and R.
Yeah, but why? Why isn't it calendar? I would do two. I would go AEE, but it's AEA, and that doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. I'm Southern, so I'm very used to all words ending in instead of R, even if they're supposed to be R. So,
I hate that word.
Written language is often based on how pronunciation changes too. Yeah, then you get into different dialects, and it's like. For anatomy, I studied anatomy. Them boys be long as fuck. I think Callan, whatever, is also British versus American. What? Hold up. We're supposed to be starting our sprint, but hold up. I gotta know.
Calendar?
This is all to say.
Calendar.
Less editors.
Yes.
I don't.
No, this is why I pay an editor. It is her. She studied this shit. It's her job to know it, so I can just cry.
I can't believe there was a time in my life where I was like, I want to be an editor. Why, Matt? You're bad at that.
Okay, so they eventually separated the machine calendar from a time-related calendar by replacing ER with AR, an element that means pertaining to. As a result, you must always use calendar to correctly spell the word.
It's a calendar. Why can't we just have a spelling for it?
We do.
But it's just so much. I hate words.
It even says calendar is commonly pronounced calendar with the E in the last syllable. Somebody just decided I hate people. I also would like to point out that the French written language is almost the spoken language and the written language are almost completely and totally separate from each other, because at least back when I took French, my teacher explained it that the French did not want to update their written language at all. So you don't pronounce half of the letters in most of the words anymore.
I get so happy when I read French. I don't know how to read French, but when I see a GEAUX and it means go, I'm like,
goo.
Bless you guys. You guys are great over there with your spelling.
It's hard for me that I have to use all the time of the week. Southern accents definitely don't help with sounding words. Yes. Oh my god, that is one of the nice things that I like about our school system. So my kids have IEPs, and one of them is for pronunciations. And sometimes they'll pronounce the like pho, like bathroom or something. They don't do it much anymore, but they used to a lot when they were little. And I was talking to their speech teacher, and I'm like, yeah, they get that from my husband because that's how he talks, and he's from Miami. And she's like, we'll make a note it's a dialect. And I'm like, what? It's like, that's oddly sweet and very inclusive of you. Because they were like, oh, Miami, the as pho, okay. We just know that. I
was in speech therapy until I was 10 or 11. I think I was 10. And
hold on. Except that they can't fucking decide. There's this one thing. I can't remember what it is. That's the fucker. That it'll tell me it's wrong no matter which one. Laura, see? Yours does it too.
Yeah, it's you don't know.
You need the apostrophe. No, you don't need the apostrophe.
Yeah.
You need the apostrophe. Bitch.
My mom tried to explain it to me weeks ago. This is still going on.
And you're just I thought I understood. I thought I knew.
For me, it's I know the rule. I think spell check doesn't know the rule. Because anytime I don't put the apostrophe, it goes, hey man, you need an apostrophe here. It's like, hey, no I don't. Because when I'm talking
I got it to stop yelling at me because I just clicked add to dictionary. It doesn't even know anyway. It's not allowed. It's not allowed to have an opinion. I got tired of it shit. Hey, the one that always gets me is that I always want to spell words with or as our. I'm constantly spelling savior as savior, and that's not even correct in Canadian English. You're adding U's where they were not originally. That's fair. Spelling make brain for Cody. As a child, it took me forever to learn how to spell bananas. You want to know how I learned to spell bananas?
Gwen Stefani.
It's bananas.
A-N-A-N-A-S.
It's bananas.
Yeah, no, like
Start a generation.
thank God
Just
for Gwen Stefani, right?
I learned how to spell school from a Winnie the Pooh episode or movie.
Oh,
Christopher Robin is taken to Skull. SCHOOL. Like, oh no, he's gonna die.
As someone who studies French, it's a ridiculous language, and it honestly makes English look easy.
I just appreciate them using X a lot for no reason. I think that's cool. Like, it's kind of
Always
goth.
silent. And also, if there's an H in front of a word, you don't pronounce it. Like what's the rule? Shit. Because like if you just say the hospital is la hospital, but you do pronounce the H if something specific comes before it, and I can't remember it. Sam, I feel noticed finally. It's our vile, terrible creations in the eyes of Spellcheck, and I want to stab. Look, here's the thing. I wouldn't be so angry if it wasn't just always underlined in red, no matter what I did. No matter how many times I double check it in Google. And let me tell you, I have sat there for like a minute solid, just like it going, it needs an apostrophe, change. Get rid of the apostrophe, change. Just letting it fix it. No. So I was just like, add to dictionary. You're not allowed to have an opinion. We're raging over language.
Yeah, we hate letters.
Which we need to pick a theme for our next timer. 25 minutes one.
Letters? The alphabet?
No, last time I did that, I accidentally got copyright struck.
Oh.
Yeah.
The alphabet copywritten?
Oh, no, I think the video wasn't actually a timer and I didn't realize it.
Oh.
We'll just do this cute little sea-themed one. To belie my hatred towards... Most often in French, X has a purpose. It can denote that something is plural. That at least makes sense, yes.
That's cool.
I'm doing my master's thesis on reading strategies for students who are behind, and you guys are giving me ideas. Well, awesome. Also, having an audiobook play while you read a paperback is essentially the grown-up version of Leapfrog. Which I didn't realize until, because like my kids really like audiobooks right now, but they like also like physical books. So what my daughter did was she would ask for the same book in both formats. And then she would just have the tablet read and then she'd follow along in the book. And my mom goes, oh, like Leapfrog. And I was like, yes, like Leapfrog.
My problem with audiobooks is I don't know how to spell the characters' names or the countries' names or like the spell names. Or I can't spell anything. And so I can't look up the fan fiction.
I discovered that I cannot listen to audiobooks with Chinese names sped up because then I will never know how to say them. Because they already say the names fast. And then you speed them up and they're incomprehensible. And I'm like, fuck, my ears were not developed for this. It's like, but it's okay. I just slow it down to listen to the names and then speed back up. Fox said sounding it out is a good way to teach spelling because, as Matt said, spelling should be stylistic.
Oh, then yeah. I wasn't with you at first, but you saved it at the end.
would inform the Empress of his kill as it always did. Another choosing to. You're just adding use to random word. I have to show the internet this. I'm sorry, internet. We will start our next thing. I just have to show you what the fuck Fox did to butcher my line. Can y'all
I think
read
I'm
this,
gonna start spelling Fox with a U.
folks?
Phous.
Just look at this. All these use.
I think it looks great.
This no.
Okay, bonus looks correct.
Why does bonus
Bonus.
another chosen down another? This it sounds like somebody's
I was
trying
gonna-
to write a Scottish accent.
I was gonna say
Not
it sounds like an
well.
accent.
I have a
Ooh.
book in Scots. It's wild.
I apparently have the uncanny ability to distinguish an Irish, Scottish, and Welsh accent when we're watching TV. Because like Chris and I we'll be watching a movie. No, cease that noise. Chris and I will be watching a movie, and then I'll be like, "Is that actor Welsh?" And he'll look it up, and he'll be like, "How did you know?" And I'm like, "He sounds Welsh." Or like we were watching, what was it, Eternals, and I'm like, "Oh, is that an Irish actor? He sounds really Irish. He looks really Irish too." And then Chris looks it up and he's like, "How do you know these things?" And I'm like, "It is a skill." So I am weirdly proud of it.
You
All right.
you can. I really think you might just secretly be from the UK.
I in my mild defense, I grew up with my grandfather who is Scandinavian and Irish, and like he was stationed over in Europe for a really long time. He's also dyslexic, and he at one point spoke like 5 different languages. And I was very used to every day he'd get up in the morning and he'd be like, "Oh, top of the morning to you, lass. What do you want for breakfast?" Just random. It's the only thing he said with an Irish accent. But so I don't know. It's stuck in my brain. I can't explain Welsh and Scottish though. All right, that's the right thing. All right, Countess Dune.
Me?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
I don't care who.
Get those words. You can do it. I believe in you. 3, 2, 1, go! I can't hear you.
I was having trouble pausing my playlist, and then my mic didn't want to unmute. So, how did everybody do that round? Laura, check the private chat.
I think I finished editing my extended flash piece, so I found a place to submit it to, so that's what I'm going to be doing next.
Nice.
I read a few pages on my read through, and that's about it.
I finished editing chapter 10 and 11, and then I started 12 for Fox, and he's like, was the last chapter such and such? I'm like, bro, I'm so fucked up. I done forgot already. I'm in a new chapter now. Who remembers last chapter? Like, I'm confident that my brain is functioning enough in the moment that I'm like, oh yeah, these changes make sense, or oh, well, we could improve here, but like, don't ask me what I did 5 minutes ago, because that's non-negotiable. I don't even remember what revisions I did for me today, except commas. So many commas.
All the commas.
All the commas. I distinctly, the only thing I remember for certain of my copy edits is that I have learned sometimes in fiction, commas go after but. And my mind is still reeling from this. Sam is magic. Why, thank you. I think it in part helps that I don't know the difference between real and fictional accents. So I just do whatever sounds right.
So I went back to my bookcase and I found my book in Scots.
Egypt. I love reading Scottish Twitter. Have you ever read Scottish
Yes. Oh.
Twitter's amazing. I love Scottish Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
I can't take a picture. Send it to me.
He's a clutch or Harry Barty man you see gone about nowadays. When a man grows our orny coupon, you can't really tell what he looks like. I don't know.
I heard when a man grows something, you can't tell what he looks like, but you lost me at that.
Hair.
Fox's laughing is the most wholesome thing I've ever heard. Now I have to hear Fox's laughing. LOL, the crab looks like he's doing deep breathing because he heard me talking about the it's. We should all follow the crab's lead after this funny confusion. The timer is very hypnotic. I lost at least 7 minutes to just staring at the damn thing. Sometimes when this happens, because I just put the timers up and then like I put whatever I'm working on over the video, so I was just like, was it that hypnotic? I'm gonna dip out so I can focus on my InDesign lessons. I want to get this done. All right, go Cody, go. I spent the sprint picking my dogs up from my parents and then going home to sit down and get ready for the next sprint. That's fair. Admin work for my website / newsletter in CCW. Nice. I stared at a blinking cursor for over half the sprint.
That's bad.
14 words. I finally started journaling. I'm aiming to finish the journal entry and then crawl into bed early tonight. Ah, yes. I wish you luck on that endeavor. Finished packing except for things I need for tonight and tomorrow. Put away laundry, did dishes. That's fair. Oh, it's DM'd. Oh, the page. Mr. Egypt. Mr. Egypt, with you know thy awfully hairy. Oh, yeah. Mr. Egypt, with you know thy awfully hairy beardy men. The halo his face, forbe his forehead, his eed and his neeb was smothered with thick hair. Oh, was smothered with thick hair. The stuff even smuttered in Migan tummox. Oh, he neeb holes and his lung holes tay. Said I could understand it. Didn't say.
His lung holes tea.
2. I think.
Even sprouted in Migan tummox. I think it's saying he's got a hairy stomach too, and his nib holes and his lug holes. But I feel like lug holes is slang, not just them saying something. Ear, yeah. See, lug holes, ear. So that's the other thing, though. You got to be careful, like what's slang and what's not slang. So
Yeah.
I would survive in Scotland. I would be able to make it. I don't know how useful I would be in conversation, but I'd be able to survive.
When my sister and I were in Scotland, we were at a pub and old restaurant thing. I don't know, whatever. And the table across from us, it was a whole other language.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so cool.
It's like
it's not even the Scottish you hear on TV. Like, my mom is all about British murder mysteries and like, oh my gosh.
No, there's actually certain accents that like even people who were born with those accents, when they like go like star in things, they'll water them down so that you can like TV viewers can understand them, because they did that with what was it, with Luke Cage. Some of the what were they? Bushwhacker and a couple of the other characters, like they actually grew up with those accents, but they like talked in an interview about how they're like, yeah, no, we didn't do the authentic ones because if we did, nobody would be able to understand us. And it's like the ones that they did do were already so thick that like subtitles were automatically added.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of fascinating. And Scottish is one of those accents that they do that with, where it's like, yeah, there's the Hollywood version, which is literally watered down so that the majority of people can understand it. But then you actually like go there, or you listen to like people with those native accents, and you're like, this
You've
is
seen
not
that clip about
not
the sheep
English
farmer,
side.
right?
I have not.
Oh my gosh. His accent is just gorgeous. So funny. It's this old sheep farmer guy, and his sheep have gone missing, and so they're interviewing him on the news. Just, like, can't understand like every third word. It's just so fun.
That's why
Jacksepticeye actually did a reaction to it. It was great.
That's why I maintain and will stand by this, that there are different English languages. And no one will ever convince me otherwise. Because I'm like, you can't just grow up knowing American English and then be 100% fine in Australia. You're going to get confused at some of the shit. And like, same for if you go to different parts of the UK where they speak English, you're going to be like, what? I find it like slightly more confusing when the English is so close that there's only like slight things that are different, like cookies and biscuits. And you're like, hold on. Biscuits. Oh, we had like a whole thing in a server one time about cornmeal versus corn flour. We were trying to figure out, because it was like me and this British person, and we're talking, and we're trying to figure out if cornmeal and corn flour are like the same thing dialect wise. And this other person's like, well, no, they're like different things. And I'm like, shh. I am aware that these are two different things. I am trying to figure out if the British person and I are talking about the same thing, though. And they're like, no, but they are different things. And I'm like, okay, but cookies are not the same.
Cookies aren't biscuits, but they are.
Like I have cookies and biscuits. They have cookies and biscuits. But if we compare our cookies and biscuits, they are in fact not the same thing.
Wait, so what is their cookie? Because I know their biscuit is our cookie.
Cracker. Hold on, let me check.
Is it a cracker? I just thought they didn't have the word
Don't
cookie.
come for me, England.
Grab your torch and pitchforks.
Yeah, they look like crackers. They're what we would call biscuits. But oh no,
Biscuit?
wait, hold on. No, I got that backwards. A British biscuit is what we would call a cookie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But do they have the word cookie? Like, does that mean anything to them? Or do they just not have that word in their dialect?
It's a British biscuit. I swear to fuck, if you just show me more cookies.
Do we have any British people in the chat?
Do we have anyone from England? I know I've seen you.
You can just
Are you
pretend.
here tonight? A
We don't
British
know better.
biscuit is an American cookie. Yes, we just established this.
But what is a British cookie? And I swear it better not be biscuit.
Okay. In the
Okay.
US, cookies are flat, round snacks made of sweet dough. In the UK, those are generally called biscuits, although people do call the bigger, softer kind cookies.
Okay, so yeah, so it is reversed, basically. So
Yeah, I just remember seeing a thing where it's like these British people being horrified at the concept of biscuits and gravy. Because they're like, why would you put gravy on a biscuit? It's like, different biscuit.
it's like, look, I understand, and I kind of agree, but it's not what we're talking about. There is another thing. So Chris and I, we were watching the Great British Bake Off, and they had to make something that to us is just a word for dessert, but they like had to make a savory kind of it, and we were like, wait, what?
Oh,
Do you
is it
mean
a
pudding? That's what
Yeah.
it is. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know
They're
what
like,
pudding
they're
means in the
making a
UK.
pudding.
It seems like it means everything and nothing.
Dessert. It means dessert.
Like a
What?
Yorkshire pudding? And
But yeah, like you have a Yorkshire pudding that isn't a
We
dessert.
did in-depth research. It's just dessert. We have pies, which are a dessert. We also have savory pies. So like they
But
have
what about a
dessert
Yorkshire
puddings.
pudding?
A Yorkshire, it's like the same concept as a pie, basically. It's just
Okay.
so it's like so their word for they use pudding to basically just an umbrella term for dessert, but you can have puddings that are not actually desserts, just like we can have pastries that are not actually desserts. So like the same concept. So
I wonder what they call like pudding though. Is that just like custard? Would they just
Like-
call that a custard? Because to me that's different.
what
Do they even have pudding?
British
We
people
desperately need a British
call
person in the chat.
pudding? We do. I used to know British people. Two meanings of puddings. American puddings are closer to what Brits would call custard. A British pudding is a dish, savory or sweet, that's cooked by being boiled or steamed in something. A dish, a piece of cloth, or an animal intestine. I like how that's just thrown in there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now,
Blood pudding.
yeah, blood pudding.
But yeah, it's basically just how we use dessert. That's how
Is
they
a
use
hot
pudding.
dog a pudding? Like it's in a
I don't think all
it's in a
things
casing
that
and
are-
it can be boiled. If you
Yes.
boil a hot dog, is it pudding?
But I don't think they're saying all boiled and steamed things are a pudding. I don't think they'd
But
call a
but
stew
it's
as a
in.
pudding.
But a hot dog, if you're using a natural casing,
But what about a
would
dumpling?
be in an intestine, and
I think
therefore,
there.
someone get the queen on the line. I need to ask her a question.
I've been getting
Elizabeth
on my YouTube
Darling.
feed. Oh my gosh. Apparently they did Paddington Meets the Queen.
Good for him.
It just showed up on my YouTube feed.
Did someone say yes? We said.
I hope he
Do
had a
you
good
know
time.
all the answers to cookies, Savion? Because that's what we need. So yeah, see, that's what I mean, though. Like
Like-
that's so much worse than if I just go somewhere where I don't actually know most of the words, because then, like, I think I know what I'm saying, but I don't. Where versus, I know I don't know what I'm saying.
Right.
So I'm just saying, and then like also you go around saying fanny pack in England, and you're being real crude there. So it's like because sometimes I just read a ton of random like articles and stuff, and I particularly enjoy the what is considered rude for tourists to do in other
Yeah.
countries, and every single British list has fanny pack. Every single one of them. It's like in the
Yep.
top 3. I'm like, how many tourists have fanny packs? That's when you know you're missing out on a part of culture, because you're like, I know this is supposedly a part of my culture, but I'd have a backpack.
Yeah. Isn't there
So-
that classic picture of The Rock with a fanny pack and like a
Yes.
turtleneck?
Apparently in his gold chain.
Yeah.
What, Matt, as I'm scrolling down, is what do Brits call biscuits and gravy? And it's just a whole video of British people trying biscuits and gravy.
I'm just saying, biscuits and gravy is one of the best breakfasts on the face of the earth.
No, I skipped some stuff in my real training, Savion. You can't just skip out on training. Sir.
So I went to the same college my parents went to. And so in the cafeteria, you can get French fries, but there's also like a place where you can get gravy in the cafeteria. So my mom would always like make her makeshift poutine.
Yes. At my university, it was the one like early morning class I ever had. And it was, I don't remember the exact title, but it was like music from around the world. It would have been a really interesting class if it wasn't at 8 a.m. But
I want it known we got 2 sprints in before food was brought up today.
But here we are. I am on stream. There will be food. But
I don't do it normally. Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, going into that class, I stopped and got breakfast, and I got biscuits and gravy. And so I had this like trough of biscuits and gravy at my desk, ate through the first like 10 minutes of class, and then immediately just face planted into my desk asleep.
I
Because
remember
you can't eat biscuits and gravy and not take a nap after.
itis. It comes for you.
Yeah.
I remember. So my husband is a different kind of Southern than I am, and he was like, he wasn't too interested in the idea of biscuits and gravy. And then one day we're just at a restaurant, and like the side you could get was biscuits and gravy or bacon, but I didn't like how that place made bacon, so I was like, I'll just take the biscuits and gravy. And it gets there, and he's like, the fuck is that? I'm like, biscuits and gravy. He's like, that's not gravy. I'm like, it is not turkey gravy, but it is in fact biscuit gravy. And he's like, those can't be different things. And I'm like, biscuit gravy is literally made from biscuits. You're just eating liquid biscuit on solid biscuit.
On biscuit.
He's like, no. Yes, that's how it's made.
I've never heard of liquid
usually,
biscuit gravy.
At least in Ohio, it's sausage gravy is generally
Yeah.
how it is.
Yeah, sausage and biscuits. Like,
yeah, but like it's just like made with the sausage grease, some flour, make a roux, add a little milk. And so we just call it sausage gravy.
Yeah.
But no, that is one type. But like the restaurant we went to, like the biscuit gravy, you can get biscuit gravy or sausage gravy. And the biscuit gravy is basically just liquid biscuit poured into biscuit.
I love liquid biscuit. I'm just picturing like pancake batter.
Biscuit gravy isn't the same as meat gravy. No, it's not. Like, there are different. There's chicken gravy, turkey gravy, biscuit gravy, sausage gravy. It all depends on what the base is. I would still argue that sausage gravy is also part biscuit gravy, though, because they use flour.
Don't most gravies use flour?
You don't use flour in turkey. No, not with turkey or. I mean, there's a difference between using a roux as a starter and using like flour. And from my knowledge, sausage gravy is so thick because of how much flour you add. So, whereas like turkey gravy and chicken gravy, it's mostly broth. It's broth and a little bit of cornstarch. I've never made it with a roux, not turkey or not turkey or chicken gravy. So, but yeah. So and then he tried it and he was like, "Why is it so good?" And I'm like, "Because it's biscuit gravy, bish." Also, hello. Sorry, sausage gravy. Yes. Yeah, I've educated the masses or chipped beef. I've never had it with beef. I've never had biscuits and gravy, but I imagine the gravy was just beef gravy. No, okay, let me educate the masses. Biscuit gravy. Oh, go away. Nobody wants you. Chrome tab. So this is biscuit gravy. See, it's very thick, very white. Some of it has sausage. Like this is definitively sausage gravy right there, because it's got.
Can't see it.
I'm gonna fight with the internet. It's fine. So that's definitively sausage gravy.
Yeah, that's my gravy.
And then this is, I think, regular. But it says sausage gravy. That I don't question
Yeah,
how much sausage is in
There's a
that
little
gravy.
sausage in there.
But yeah, so you
Is
use a
biscuit
third.
gravy like what's on a chicken fried steak?
You use a third cup of flour there, Matt. That's not how much you normally use in a roux.
No, I mean it's a lot of flour and
So
sausage gravy.
that's why I say it's like.
Yeah,
liquid.
no, I mean it's a starch through and through.
So yeah, that's sausage gravy or biscuit gravy, sausage gravy, however you want to show it. And then there's turkey gravy, which, as you can see, looks quite. What are you doing, internet? Stop it! I didn't want to go there. Oh, it opened a new tab. Go away. See, are we gonna? Yeah, it's much different because it's more broth based.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of it's even like borders on clear. So.
Which I mean, I guess would make sense because like a turkey or a chicken, it's not going to have the level of fat that a sausage would. So like,
If you
didn't use all that flour
the
with
flour
the sausage
is
drippings. Well, you start with the sausage grease though.
Yeah, but that's not the base. Just because it's the first ingredient that goes in. A base of a recipe is what what you have the most of. Like chili is a tomato-based soup,
Right.
even though tomato's not what people associate with chili.
Mm-hmm.
The base is the tomato sauce and juice, and then the bean juice and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So for the sausage gravy, the base is the flour. Therefore, that's why it's so thick and everything. Whereas with a turkey gravy or a chicken gravy, the base is the broth itself.
Mm-hmm.
So you can also make sausage gravy without the grease. You cannot make it without the flour. So I know far too much about gravy for someone who doesn't actually eat a lot of gravy.
I love gravy.
Cookie King now wants gravy. That's great. Sam grew up with my biscuits and gravy. That brings me joy, and I don't even like biscuits and gravy that much. Tennessee, we don't play about our biscuits.
Don't play.
I grew up on shit on a shingle. That's fair. I am so sorry for bringing the trauma of this back, but I struggle to spell biscuits. It's okay. I can only remember because I pronounce it biscuits, even though there's no Q. But it's because I used to try to spell it with a Q, so it's like I purposely misremember how it's said so that I can spell it correctly. Learn how to hack your brain.
Biscuit in my head.
Biscuit. See, if I did biscuit, I would spell it Q-U-E. I just could not. Yes. I have been known to dip bread in beef gravy.
Oh, yeah, that's delicious.
Oh, yeah. Like, really, any gravy is fine for bread dipping. We were just discussing the differences in the gravies because, like I said, my husband, who had only ever seen turkey gravy, mind you, never eaten it. He had just only ever seen turkey gravy. And then he saw my biscuits and gravy. He was like, the fuck is that shit? And I'm like, it's gravy. What's your problem? I use Matt's strategy for biscuits. Wait, what's your strategy for biscuits?
Biscuits.
Biscuit.
Oh, okay. For spelling. Okay.
My strategy for eating biscuits is
that's what I thought we were talking about. I can't wait to be in the South for Southern food. There's different Southern restaurants which crack me up because we will Chris and I go to Gatlinburg every now and then for our anniversary trip, and they'll have good home cooked Southern food. I'm like, I gotta look at your menu because depending on how you wrote your menu depends on whether or not I trust you. Because there are some places that sell the commercialized version of Southern food, and it is not good. Anybody who eats there and is like Southern food sucks, I'm like, I can't blame you. But you go to like the really good places, and oh my god, you're gonna be sleeping for days.
Just so brick in the stomach.
No. So this may seem like a weird thing, but do keep in mind that my husband is Hispanic and grew up in a Hispanic household. They would have no real reason to make turkey gravy, let alone eat it. So, because like both of his parents came here from Nicaragua, so, and I don't really like turkey gravy all that much, so I didn't make it for Turkey Day. Sam, listen carefully. The old mill in Gatlinburg is a. Wait! I think I've been there. Hold up. The old mill. Don't worry, me and Tabitha are just speaking a secret language. Did I start the poll for our next timer? I did, yes. The old mill pigeon forge. Yes. So far, so good. Have you been to the catfish place? Because the catfish place is great. Oh, I think we looked at this, but because we go to the catfish place, then we eat other things after. But maybe this year. We're going to Dollywood this year.
Ooh,
I'm saying. Yeah, see, we've gone to Gatlinburg the last like 3 or 4 years, and we've never gone to Dollywood. So this time we're specifically going to go to Dolly.
I've only been once, and I was a kid for it, but I remember loving Dollywood.
Yes, you can have popcorn. I'm staying with my friend who grew up in Charleston, so I must follow her, and she only takes me to good places. Ah, yes, great, always. Popeyes is the closest I have. Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, I do love Popeyes.
I'm judging you.
I'm just saying, Popeyes is really good.
That sells themselves as good Cajun food. Their shit is bland.
Let me clarify. I love Popeye's chicken. I think they have the best fast food fried chicken. I don't like any of Popeye's sides. But I do think Popeye's chicken is better than KFC chicken.
Yes, baby, you can use that bowl. I'm judging you more because I think their sides are pretty good. I think their chicken is bland as hell.
The spicy chicken?
Bland as hell. I don't like to taste the meat. I don't like to taste the heat. I like to taste the meat.
Yeah, but the spicy, it's better than KFC.
It depends on what you order at KFC. But also, did not say KFC was good Southern food either.
No. I said that's why I said Popeyes is the best fast food fried chicken.
I've been to other fast food places than Popeyes and KFC. So
yeah, it's because in the South you guys have more. Up here we only have
I was
the two.
Genuinely about to say I'm spoiled because I'm in the South.
Yeah, you guys have more than 2 fast food.
Oh my god! When I worked the convention in Georgia, when we went out to dinner, Atlanta has a lot of Cajun places to eat. We had some good Cajun eats. But yes, I am. All right, I'm judging you less. You just don't. Your taste buds don't know better. It's fine.
Well, I just don't have anything else to choose from. I have 2 choices.
That's okay. There was like this fast food chain that made the Nashville hot, and everyone in Nashville hates it. They're like, "What the fuck is this shit?" So you can't trust fast food as representative of anywhere. I love the catfish, and Dollywood is excellent. Would recommend. I'm honestly hyped on this subject since I'm moving closer. Oh yeah. Popeyes is technically Southern. Technically.
Yeah, I mean, it's fast food, and then it's fast food more than it is Southern.
It's about as Southern as Taco Bell is Mexican.
Right. It's fast food more than it is anything else.
There's inspiration. Popeyes is very, very bland. I agree. Thank you, Jesse.
The bar is on the floor for fast food.
For you, maybe. For me.
Fast food is not good in general.
I live in a farming, ranching town. Most of our meat's fresh, even in our fast food. But it's okay. I know I live a privileged foodie life. KFC isn't good Southern food. Their sides are, though. Their sides are
do
good.
like KFC sides.
their sides used to be good. It kind of went downhill, but their sides used to be bomb. They also used to like give you like this much in a side, and now they only give you this much, and you're like, excuse you, but the price went up. Why'd the price go up and the size go down? How does make it make sense, Kentucky? I say Kentucky, but it's not their fault. That's just the first letter.
Did you watch the rom-com about Colonel Sanders?
No, but I need
Rom-com
to.
about Colonel Sanders?
I watched Kenny JD, who she does bad movies in a beat and good movies in a
Yes.
glam, where she gets ready and she like talks about movies that she watched. And I saw her bad movies in a beat on it, but I haven't actually
Yeah.
seen it. And yes, KFC made a rom-com where the Colonel is the lead character. Matt, do we have to add it to like the Let's Talk
That's
list?
incredible.
There's a good southern place in Berkeley. I'm from San Francisco. It's owned by someone who is originally from Louisiana. See, that's how you find the good places. The people who like, what's the word?
Transplant.
Thank you. I was going to say implant, and I'm like, it's not quite it, but it's close. Especially fast food chicken. Matt, you have good fast food chicken with Raising Cane's in Ohio. But you don't like that for whatever reason.
Chicken
so
tenders and fried chicken are not the same thing.
Did
Yes,
you fry the tenders?
Yeah, it is a fried chicken tender, but fried chicken is like cut up pieces of chicken with a bone in it, fried.
Matt, come visit me. We will get you
Chicken
some good
tenders
southern chicken.
are not fried chicken.
This is fair, and like I said, come visit me. We'll take you to the good chicken places. Chris is very picky about his fried chicken.
Yeah, no, fried chicken is different than, like, you wouldn't call chicken nuggets fried chicken. And a chicken tender is just a large chicken nugget.
To be fair, I just like boneless chicken in general. So I
You
don't think I
dislike
have a
boneless
problem with it.
chicken?
No, I said I just like boneless
you
chicken.
just like boneless chicken.
Because I don't want to work that much for my chicken. I say as somebody who like went to a crab boil and just like I got a good system going for that, but yes. We'll give you the good chicken. You'll come here and we'll eat and then you won't wake up for days.
That's a promise and a threat.
I threaten you with a good time. 20-minute timer. Everybody picks the shortest timer because they just want to hear us ramble. I understand.
They're here for us.
The crab also comes in a 20-minute timer, and I'm so tempted. Yes, child. Yes, you can have another Rice Krispie. If you ask for a Rice Krispie specifically. Okay, what's it called? Okay, that's close enough. I see that they labeled their Rice Krispies marshmallow treats because copyrights. The results percentage is nice.
Like potato barrels instead of tater tots.
No, it's from either the Walmart or the Publix deli. So when the deli makes certain things, they can't say Rice Krispie treats because they're not Rice Krispie technically. We'll do this Minions timer. Oh, a chicken timer. I'll
Yeah,
look
we
for
gotta
one.
do
Hold
chicken.
on. We gotta. We have 20-minute timer chickens in the backyard.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna see them before we eat them. On a related note, my husband's mom raises a chicken so that she can have fresh eggs. And the chicken's name is Chicky. If you don't go to deep sleep after if you're not comatose after, was it even real Southern food? How did 69% happen when they were 10 votes? I'm so
It's just meant to be.
It was meant to be. So, on a more like scientific thing, the reason that Southern food causes the itis is because it spikes your your blood sugar very quickly, and that makes you tired. Which some people may be concerned about. I am not. All right. Who wants to count us down?
I got us.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, we're back. How did everybody do that sprint?
I got a few more pages done.
I submitted a story.
I finished chapter 12 and I'm halfway through chapter 13, and I once again did the thing where I was like, yeah, I'll just do this last one real quick in under a minute, and then I'm like, but now I gotta think about it. Damn you thinky ones. That's not what I wanted. What can't you? Can't with who?
I think her sister from the previous timer. Or not previous timer, previous comment.
Is there a comment not showing up in my... Hold it. Yes, it's not showing up in StreamYard. My sister saw the chicken timer and I explained the backstory behind it. She replied, so you can look at your food before you eat it. You know, that's like,
Yes.
I had the same thought. I was like, yes, let's watch them before they're led to my plate. So, that's me. Natalie wholeheartedly claiming fault. She's like, I did it. I'm the one. Oh, Duolingo's like, Sam, you got out the habit because you worked a convention, bitch. Get back in it. I told my children I was very proud of them for keeping their streak going because I lost mine and they were so sad for me. Like, it's okay. Another 276 words. Look, progress is progress. Yes, always. Also, like, everybody who said they can proof either said they'll do it tomorrow or over the weekend, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have a list of typos. I know that I shouldn't, but I'm like, it's gonna be there. Because that's how my dyslexia is. Can I help you, phone? You're not supposed to make noises right now. Go away.
Can't
It's
be
his
silent.
favorite pastime.
We will do one more sprint tonight. And you'll be getting a smaller range of minutes. I'm sitting on one of the children's computer chairs.
No.
It's itty bitty. What? Okay, I can't show you. It's tall, but it's itty bitty. And like, the cushion is gone.
There is no cushion.
There is no cushion. The only cushion here is mine ass. And that is it. And it's like, no, we're not functioning as cushion anymore. But like, we had my middle's birthday party Saturday, so all the children's computer chairs, except his, are downstairs. Because he was like, no, I'm taking mine back upstairs. I was like, fair. Well, I call them computer chairs, but they're gaming chairs. They don't have computers. So they just use them for their desk. So what are you two doing, staring so intently at?
I am hitting... I feel like this happens every time we do an extra sprint. I just hit a sleep wall and I'm like, oh...
You need to stop agreeing to.
Well, I'm always just like, yeah, I can go all night, and then we get to all night, and I'm like, what have I done?
Do I have to do what I did? Who was it? It was
I think it was Cody.
Yeah, I think CB and Cody, were they my last week? Because I think this happened last week too. Because I'm like, the kids are on vacation, so I'm good for whenever. And they're like, yeah, no, we can go again. And then they were yawning. And I was like, are we just going to have to go? We're not going to be able to do a final sprint. So, which is fine.
Sleepiness just always hits me so rapidly. I will go instead
were-
of 0 to 60, it is 60 to 0.
We were talking about so much Southern food that Matt just
Yeah, I just imagined eating it all, and I'm just like, and now I take my Kentucky Fried nap. KFN.
There are parts of Kentucky that no longer want to be associated with the South. They want to be considered either the North or the Midwest, and I can't remember which. And I'm like, excuse you?
You are
Fried
not.
Z's.
It's like you're trying to disown the South, Kentucky? Really? You're our border.
I'm sorry to Fox, but now I'm just thinking about cornbread.
That's fine. So somebody, I think it was Cody, added some quotes that I need to add to the board.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the quotes was, "Come visit me, I'll make you cornbread." And I was literally about to say that just now. I make some damn good cornbread.
I love cornbread.
I can make 4 different kinds of cornbread. Most people don't even know there are 4 different kinds of cornbread, but I can make them.
Fancy. Is one of them the half yellow cake, half cornbread mix?
That does not sound like a cornbread. So no.
Oh.
Sounds like a cake made with some cornmeal.
Yeah.
Cody has added, I am so semi-gaslit by this conversation to my list of quotes. No, you've got so there's the really fancy cornbread, which you use, you start with bacon grease and you use buttermilk instead of regular milk.
That good-ish.
And then there's what else goes in that one? Of course, honey. I think some sugar. But then there's another, just the plain Jane cornbread where you can just get the cornmeal packet from Walmart and just add some milk and eggs, maybe? And then there's that cornbread. And then there's the in-between kind, which is the one that I make normally, where it's just cornbread, but also with lots of honey. And it's a sweeter cornbread. And then, yes, there's a spicy cornbread, but I don't much like that one, but I know how to make it. I can make spicy cornbread. Just not a fan of spicy cornbread. But, Fox, was it you that we were, talking about cornbread? And this whole thing with Fox and cornbread, I think, started because we had chili and cornbread. And I like to take my cornbread and just scoop the chili onto the cornbread. And he's like, "But how?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, but how? It's chili and cornbread." And he's like, "But then your cornbread would fall apart." And I'm like, I'm concerned at either what you classify as cornbread or what you classify as chili. Because your cornbread should soak up the chili. It shouldn't even go halfway through. So we, and that just started a long discussion about chili and cornbread. And then when he was here, he had my chili and cornbread. He liked the cornbread. I don't remember if he liked the chili, but I don't take it personally because I don't think he likes tomato. So
That'll do it.
damn it! I just plugged my laptop in, and then I just knocked the plug out. Oh, it's staying down there for now. It's too far, bend.
I'm picturing Cincinnati chili on cornbread. And just, no, don't do that.
Fox said he did not like the chili. But as I said, I don't take it personally because I know I make good chili, so he just doesn't like chili in general. My great-grandma always made hot water cornbread. Oh yeah, there is that kind of cornbread. I've never made cornbread with water because I'm prissy and I like it with milk, but I've never tried hot water cornbread, so I don't know if I would like it or not. I just know when you like buy the packets of anything at Walmart, like cake mixes or anything, it's like add water. I replace it with milk every time, and it's so much more moist.
Mm-hmm.
Which, did you know that you can use soda in place of water or milk for a cake?
Right? Yeah.
Mhm.
No, just any soda.
Like you talking like using Coke?
Yeah, you can.
I mean,
wish,
I
like,
guess I guess it would work. I just
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
there was one year when I took strawberry soda and used it in a strawberry cake.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Red Velvet and Dr. Pepper is supposed to be a good combo.
Yeah. I
So
saw someone call, I forget where I saw it, but they called Dr. Pepper barbecue Sprite.
hold on. I need to make sure I heard that right.
Yeah,
Dr.
no.
Pepper.
Barbecue Sprite.
Okay. So I heard that right.
Just like Dr.
Also-
Pepper's got those like that complexity to it.
Yes and no. Dr. Pepper largely tastes like a watered down cherry Coke to me. So
It's supposed to have, what do they say they have? They're like their 23 flavors in Dr. Pepper or something.
Something like that.
They do something with the number 23.
Isn't that Baskin Robbins?
also
I think Baskin Robbins is 42.
Also, you can use soda to make to what's the word? Something to a turkey.
Based.
Yes, to baste a turkey. Thank you. I was gonna say marinade, but I was like, that's not quite it. It's close. I'm getting close tonight, and you're getting me the rest of the way there. And I know how that sounded, but it's fine. Okay, I said it, and now it's there. It has to be the Lisa Simpson meme. Dr. Pepper is barbecue.
That could be it.
I feel like I've seen that. Maybe.
I just think it's a good point, and I think more people should say it.
I don't know that we have the same definition of barbecue.
I also don't drink Dr. Pepper, but I think it's worth saying.
Okay, as long as we're of the opinion it's not necessarily accurate, it's just fun to
I don't
say.
know. No, I don't know that it's accurate. I just think it's good, you know?
Okay, because I also know how to make my own barbecue sauce from scratch. I prefer using a brown sugar base.
I prefer the Carolina barbecue, but I also have family from Carolina or from North Carolina, so that could play into it.
That could. My family is from Michigan. I am from Tennessee. So, like, Chris was making sun tea for the first time this weekend, and I was telling him how we used to make it when I was a kid. He's like, do I add sugar? And I had to sit there and think about it. And I was like, I mean, you probably should, because we drink sweet tea. But I don't know that my family did. I honestly can't remember. Because I'll drink tea, sweet or unsweet. Doesn't bother me. But, like, my grandmother hates sweet tea. So. Because she's from Michigan. The land of the unsweet tea. I hate Dr. Pepper, and I'm sure it's because it's barbecue.
I forget, Jesse, do you like barbecue sauce?
Does who?
Jesse. I don't remember if Jesse likes barbecue sauce or not.
Jesse, if you like barbecue sauce, what kind of barbecue sauce do you like? My children are super picky about barbecue sauce. When like we go to a restaurant, or not a restaurant, but like a fast food place, and they get chicken nuggets, I'll be like, which sauce do you want? And they're like, where are we? And if I'm like, McDonald's, there's a 50-50 they'll get barbecue sauce. If we're at Wendy's, no way in hell are they getting barbecue sauce. You unsweet tea. Look, I feel this, but my superpower to be able to drink unsweet tea has saved me in many a state that likes to claim they're Southern. And when they bring me unsweet tea with sugar in it that hasn't dissolved, and I'm like, the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, we have sweet tea. We have Sweet and Low right there on the table.
Gosh.
I was like, that ain't sweet tea. I will say my favorite tea right now though is plum tea, which we get when we go to the Korean barbecue place we like. They have plum tea, and I really enjoy it. Oy. I'm not super picky with barbecue sauce, but an easy go-to is Sweet Baby Ray's. Oh my God, Chris loves Sweet Baby Ray's.
That's my favorite grocery store barbecue.
Same.
Yes. I don't know that I pay attention. As long as it says brown sugar and molasses on it, I'm like, that's my barbecue sauce. And then, like, when I go to make ribs, I will make my own barbecue sauce for the ribs, which I sometimes cheat, and instead of using ketchup and brown sugar as my base, I'll just grab a bottle of barbecue sauce from the fridge and then just add ketchup and brown sugar to it so that you're just multiplying your barbecue sauce.
Honestly, I'm just saying, if you're making your own sauce, a lot of times it makes sense to just start with if you're in a hurry, start with a store-bought sauce, and then just spice it up as needed.
Yeah. And it works.
Spaghetti
Save
sauce.
yourself some time. Yeah, spaghetti sauce. Just buy
You're
your
just-
jarred spaghetti sauce, add to it to make it good.
Yeah, you're just skipping the, like,
Yeah.
laborious part. It's like apple pie, or just about any pies. My grandma buys the pie filling from the store, and then we just add spices and stuff. Well, for apple pies now, I make them completely from scratch because my papa's diabetic, and those are his favorite pies. So for him, I learned to make apple pie filling from scratch. Everybody else, though, they get the store-bought that's doctored up. Why? The last sprint of the night, y'all picked the longest one.
Did they?
The rest,
They know what
like,
they're about.
the rest of the time, they've been picking in the middle or the short, but no, now they want the longest one. I don't mind, but poor Matt's gonna die.
I'll just pop a 25-minute energy. I'll be fine.
25 minutes.
That's just a shot of really cold water.
Uh,
That's just like chewing on an ice cube.
I've slowly been introducing the children to Studio Ghibli films.
yes.
I let them pick the first one, and they picked Spirited Away.
Uh-huh.
They watched it for like the next 3 days in a row.
Good.
And then last night, I was like, do y'all want to watch a new Ghibli film? And they're like, yeah, let's try a new one. And they voted on My Neighbor Totoro,
Yes.
which is the first one. It was the first time I saw it.
You saw My Neighbor Totoro?
Oh, no, I'm in trouble because Chris and I...
You saw My Neighbor Totoro?
Chris and I have been doing a Ghibli-thon. So, like, we've just been watching... You need to go to bed. You got work tomorrow. Fine, watch Porco Rosso.
That's one I still need to watch, is Porco Rosso.
It was for the children. Look, I got one of them. The middle one wanted to watch Kiki. But the other two were like, no, My Neighbor Totoro, because he looks cute. He's a troll, not a cat. This is not my fault. This is the children's fault. Yes, now I'm in trouble because we like, I think we've seen all of the ones that we had already seen, so now we were just watching new ones. But the children wanted to watch My Neighbor Totoro, and now I'm in trouble. Chaos, always the answer. Sorry, I'm eavesdropping. Chris called the kids down, and our oldest is like, what? Did I do something wrong? And he's like, yes, you saw My Neighbor Totoro. And Michael goes, It's not bad. It's like a cute movie.
Like a cute movie. Come on.
I'm like, that's right. Stand your grandchild. Stand your
Heck
ground.
yeah.
Y'all are going, yep. I finished my journaling, so I'm sleep well.
Night.
Bye. All right. Who wants to count us down?
I'll do it.
Hold on. I need y'all to know Fox said he voted on the longest one so I could get more work on his stuff done. Like I'm not going to finish it after the stream ends. Stir.
Sneaky.
You're going to out here kill poor Matt.
I guess I'm just collateral to Fox.
Good to know your place.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead and count us down.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, no, I needed to pause before I unmuted. Hello.
Why, hello.
I lost track of time.
How did everybody do that sprint?
I finished formatting a beta reader document, so
Yes.
sent it off.
I came to the realization that this chapter might need a rewrite when I
Ooh,
go back and edit.
a whole ass rewrite?
Probably just the back half of the chapter. The first half just will need some edits. Back half might just need to start over.
That's fair. I have finished my critique review of Fox's manuscript, so
His voting worked.
his voting. Well, he wanted me to finish chapter. I did 3, I think.
Oh,
What?
overachiever.
I call it a critique review because basically he went through and did a self-edit. So I was like mainly skimming and then reading the changes and approving them or suggesting other things. So it was quite easy work, especially since I agreed with like 95% of the changes. So and he's been proofreading all that glitters. He has many notes, and I'm like, I don't know, sir. So that's going to be fun to go through. Chat, who is still alive? What did you get done?
Who among you lives?
I didn't feel like starting to write a new chapter in the last sprint, so I read a complete chapter instead. That's fair. Yes, Artemis, do you want a Rice Krish retreat? Can you have Rice Krish retreats? Oh, no. But you don't seem interested in it, so it's fine. Have I told you about the time she drank seltzer water?
No.
She, so when I have a glass of water, I don't care if she drinks it. And so she sniffed it, and I guess she couldn't tell that there was something different about the water until she drank it. And I was like, Artemis, no! And I just hear her going, she was not happy. She was so upset.
The water's alive and it's angry.
Pretty sure that's how she felt about it. Getting all my word counts in a row on my whip tracker. Woohoo! I have now finished most of my obligations, except when I get the any proofreading notes back, I have to go over all those. But then after that, the Dubba Dubba is just going to be me and my outline. And I'm very excited. Wrote 2 words, then went to Netflix. That's fair. And I'm in like 6 or 7 Dubba Dubba streams. And they're all productivity. Unlike the last time when I signed up for a lot of streams and I was like, yeah, I'm going to be super productive. But like it was before we did the social and productivity track. So I just signed up for a bunch of chats. And then I was like, what have I done? I'm not going to get anything done. Sir, what do you mean? What obligations have I not finished that come before my outline? Do explain, sir. How dare you? Fox is over here trying to talk shit. I just finished like 5 or 6 chapters on air. You haven't even finished my proofing yet.
How dare.
How dare you? I was going to say that my proofing's probably longer, but no, it's 20 pages. Chapter 14 was 17 pages. So, sir, those are all post-outlined obligations. For a writer, or for a not writer, you sure got a lot of stories that need attention. Sam, you went from 4 to 6 or 7. Yeah, because I think there's 4 in a row, but not all of them are in a row. Hold on. I have it pinned for reference. See. So not counting the opening and closing ceremony, I'm in productivity 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 6. And then counting the ceremonies, 8.
Good job, you mathed.
Yes, I can math. Even dying, I can math. But I don't really count the opening ceremony because it's like less than a half hour. And the closing ceremony will be partying. Meanwhile, I'm into. Yes, but remember, we want people to know their limits. You are one end of the scale, I am the other. Everyone else should fall in between us.
I think I'm
That's
on 4.
our obligation. I can check. Hold on. I have the whole shebang right here. Matt, how many are you in?
I think this is the first dubba 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 that I'm not in any.
Man.
Wow.
It's my first dubba dubba off.
I'm in productivity 5, social 2, 6, and 9. Wait a minute.
You can have an apple.
Does productivity 5 and social 6 overlap?
I was not responsible for double checking that this go around. I was at a convention. Hold up, let me see. So, which one?
Productivity 5 and social 6.
Prod 5 is from 8 p.m. to 10:30. Social 6 starts at midnight.
Okay, I wasn't losing my mind.
You got lucky. I think it's the ones that overlap are like it's so if it's the productivity and the social of the same number, then they overlap. But otherwise, they shouldn't overlap too much. Or if they do, it's only by like a half hour. Because somebody didn't end at the right spot. I think. But either way, you're in the clear. Because I just double checked. Yeah, because you said productivity 5. Yeah, there you are. Yeah, you can have an apple. I am co-hosting on 2, then I host another. So that's 3. Here, hand me an apple, Pumpkin. It's for Uncle Matt. She's picking you a good one.
Yes.
Okay, not that one because it's got bruises. I get it. She was showing
Appreciate
me
it.
why not that one. So here you go, Uncle
Oh,
Matt.
that's a good looking apple too.
I
Yeah.
understand. She's examining all the apples because one apple had 3 bruises on the bottom. I assume because it fell. But it's off a bit because we skipped a social stream the morning. That's fair. Either way, I checked those 2 specifically.
Yeah.
Jess is in the sheet now too. I see her. Oh, I gotta mark that Natalie said. Wait, did Natalie get back to me? Hold up. Social 9. Don't mind me double checking thing. Yeah, no, she hasn't got back to me yet. Fruits can. Yes, fruits can bruise. Yeah, we're eating living things. What's your problem? Technically, fruits are dead. They can just bruise post-mortem. So can people. But I don't eat people, as established a lot.
The fact that it's been established a lot is a different kind of suspicious.
I'm still salty that everybody voted for Silence of the Lambs as our first Let's Talk movie, and then no one showed up. Except like 2 people. And one of them apologized because they were like, I didn't realize how much you hated cannibals. And I'm like, yeah, I don't talk about it often. But yeah, it's come up at least once or twice a month since then. Yeah? What's up? Yes, I'll watch a Ghibli film with you in a little bit. What are we going to watch? You don't know? Thought you told... I thought
Hey,
you told Daddy we were watching Ponyo. His little evil face. You want to watch Kiki's Delivery Service?
What?
It's about a witch girl. She got a cat. Okay, go upstairs. Yeah, you can have another Rice Krispie treat. New quote for the boy. Which one, Savion? Technically, the cow is also dead when we eat. Yes. Who was it? Matt, was it you that we were talking about long pig? And I'm like, Matt, don't say that. That means person.
Oh, that sounds vaguely familiar.
Like, I'm pretty sure somebody like said it. I'm pretty sure you didn't know what it was. And I was like, Matt, no. That means people.
That sounds vaguely familiar, yeah.
Yeah, because apparently pigs and people taste similar.
Yeah.
So. Does bacon bruise? No, some things are right, some things are not. You can have a Rice Krispie treat, Fox. I don't think bacon bruises because it doesn't have blood cells. I think maybe a pig itself can bruise after it's dead, but once it's turned into bacon,
Yeah.
not anymore.
Well, yeah, especially if it's been cured.
Yes, go on. Sorry, Matt, say again.
I was just saying, especially if it's been cured.
Yeah. Fox's apples don't have blood cells, or do they? They have chlorophyll.
Why do you think they're
cells.
red? It's the blood, Fox.
Don't eat apple, folk. This opens up so many ideas for horror stories.
I feel like it's a lot later than it is because we're just sitting here like, yo, what if fruit bled?
The so do people comment. See, we'll just put that right under the quote about not caring if children die in fiction.
Yeah. I mean, just the...
Fox is back on Matt's team.
What did I do to earn that?
Let me go check.
Because I said apples bleed?
Apple folk and their blood making them red. Like,
oh,
damn.
Yeah.
So, Fox, if apple are people, what part of the people are you eating when you eat an apple?
They're Adam's apple.
The apple of my eye.
Ah!
Technically, plants do have blood vessels, not like we do, but they're essentially served the same. See, that's what I was saying, the chlorophyll. So I just can't remember what it's actually called, but they do. Thank you, RP Morgan. RP Brogan. All of them, the entire folk. You're eating the whole folk. But yeah, that's also why, like, if you pick up a stem too harshly, you can bruise the stem too. It's because, like, they, like, it also, if you pull apart plants, you can see their vein system, and it looks almost identical to ours. Apple juice, apple folk blood. I guess that's also been true. Wild. This is what happens when we go for almost 4 hours. Holy shit, we're almost at 4 hours.
Look at us.
It's quarter to midnight.
Fox said people are monsters. I mean, yes. But not because they eat the apple.
All it took was saying quarter to midnight, and now I have Thriller stuck in my head. And that's not even the lyric.
What lyric were you thinking of?
He goes, it's close to midnight. And I'm like, it's a quarter to midnight.
I mean, it's not wrong. The spirit
It's not wrong, yeah.
Oh, how many people have seen Stranger Things season 4?
I just finished the last episode that's out last night.
Chris, I'm gonna have no spoiler, just that Chris was very, very mad at me because I had essentially figured out the bad guy's entire plot arc because I know of Vecna from Critical Role.
That's funny.
And two, I was dead ass convinced about a fact that didn't necessarily have anything to support it in the show except a couple like little thingies, and like, but I was dead convinced of it, and Chris was dead convinced I was wrong, and then he looked up something about one of the actors and spoiled himself and then got mad at me because I was right, and I was like It's like, I know things. I notice all. And then I got mad at him because I was like, sir, you technically spoiled that for me. I don't care that I already figured it out. How the fuck dare you? So the speed at which I panic muted when you said shit. I will never reveal spoilers of things that have been out for less than a year, Jesse. I was just asking who had seen it, because vagueness. Fox sent me a GIF that says this is the witch from Snow White, and this is no ordinary apple. But all right, it is late, and my co-hosts need to be released
To their slumbers.
from whence they're trapped.
My dog is crying for me to go to bed.
I hear him.
I'll just call in and tell my boss I can't come in because I was streaming.
No, Matt, we don't
I
want
can't
that.
come
Like,
out of my
hey.
bedroom into the living room to log onto my work computer remotely because, yeah.
Yeah, I was streaming. I don't know what to tell you.
She's gonna be like, we were talking about so much Southern food. You don't understand. I'm in a coma.
With all food. All right. I'm Matt Hollon. I'm a dark fantasy author working on my debut dark fantasy adventure novel. I also have a dark fantasy pirate short available to read in Sasha Black's The Rebel Diaries anthology. There's a link down below. I posted about it all over my Instagram in March, and I continue to post on my Instagram about all kinds of things. So follow me there. Follow me on Twitter for all the thoughts tinkling up around in here. And find me here in a couple weeks for the quarterly party, where I try my best to crush what little spirit CB might have left.
She got a lot of spirit.
I know.
I don't know if it's
I don't know
crushable.
how many times I have to beat her to crush that spirit, but
I have to
she
rig the
keeps coming
game.
back.
just
I'll
once.
keep crushing her.
Well, my name is Laura Nettles. My channel is called Laura Nettles, and I write horror. And I have a podcast called Twisted Tendrils Horrific Writing Advice. I have a few interviews on there with other fellow writers, not just about horror, but writing in general. I'm going to bed soon, dude. Don't worry. Yeah, check out my website. My website lists everywhere I'm published. I have 10 pieces out so far. I'm working on my collection called Tiny Shivers, which goes to the editors this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's me.
Hopefully, you won't be hit with as many comma fixes as I was.
Well, I just checked and it's 58K of micro, flash, and short stories. So, yeah, we'll see.
And I assume it's my turn.
Yeah.
It is.
And I am writing mom Samantha Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. On Mondays, I host live streams very similar to this, where we're not going to go 4 hours because my co-hosts die. And sometimes we talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Like next week, we will be talking about But I'm a Cheerleader, the 1999 movie in honor of Pride Month. So that's the one that chat voted on. And then at the end of the month, Matt and CB will be going head to head again in a battle of some games. We haven't decided yet. When I do post content, I post it on Thursdays. It's coming back at some point. I refuse to give up, y'all. I have so much more writing advice and shit to share. It's fine. The genre umbrellas will get made. And if you'd like to read a sample of my writing so that you know that my advice is in fact not full of shit, I have my spooky flash fiction up on my website, SamanthaLNasset.com. And while you're there, you can sign up to my newsletter to A, keep up to date with all things Sam, and B, get to read all that glitters on my website before the general public. It's getting there. It'll be there. It'll be there this month. If you would like to support the channel, you can like the stream, subscribe, ring-a-ding that bell so you always know when I'm doing stuff. And if you like what I do here and you like to leave me a tip, you can go to my Ko-fi down below.
Give Sam money.
And yes, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you everyone who watches it on the replay. And yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.
Your co-hosts may die, but we'll still bruise.